Have you ever wondered why some people, even with nothing in hand, seem to carry a power that makes everything fall into place? Why some can bend the world around them, not by force, but by something invisible flowing through them? This isn't luck. It's not talent. It's something far older, far deeper, something that once was known but has long been buried beneath time and silence. Tonight, we'll enter the forgotten corridors of ancient knowledge, not the kind found in books or preached in temples, but the kind whispered in dreams, etched in forgotten scripts, and hidden in the symbols that surround us. This is the first step into the mysteries of energy mastery, a path once walked by hermits, sages, and alchemists, who understood that the universe is not made of matter but motion, and he who controls the flow controls reality. But what exactly is this force? Why was it hidden? And more importantly, can you learn to wield it? Stay with me, because by the end of this journey, you may not see the world the same way again. Long before science gave us names like atoms and energy fields, ancient civilizations already knew the universe is alive, flowing, and intelligent. From the shamans of the Andes to the Taoist sages of ancient China, from the Egyptian mystery schools to the silent desert monasteries of Persia, there existed a secret tradition, one that saw the world not as a collection of objects, but as a web of forces. In these traditions, energy was not theory, it was practice. It was called Qi in the East, Prana in India, Kai in Egypt, Ruach by the Hebrew mystics. It flowed through meridians, danced in spirals, gathered at sacred sites, and responded to sound, thought, and will. The ancients mapped it not with machines, but with intuition sharpened over lifetimes, through meditation, ritual, and alignment with nature. But as empires rose and dogmas hardened, this knowledge was pushed into shadow. Mystics became heretics, symbols were rewritten, power was centralized, and what once belonged to the seeker was buried under layers of myth and ridicule. Yet traces remained, in symbols carved into stone, in diagrams passed down by secret societies, in forbidden manuscripts guarded by firelight. What's fascinating is this: despite being oceans apart, these traditions speak the same silent truth, that the material world is only a veil, that behind it flows an ocean of energy, shaped by thought, rhythm, and intent, and those who could feel it could shape reality with nothing more than focus and breath. So, why was this knowledge hidden? Because true power over yourself, over your reality, cannot be controlled by governments, religions, or markets. It is the kind of power that awakens sovereignty in the soul, and history has shown that such power is always feared. Let's begin with the most fundamental principle: energy follows awareness. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. This isn't just poetic language, it's a law. Ancient mystics understood this long before neuroscience began mapping brain waves or measuring attention. They knew your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are not confined inside your skull. They ripple outward, shaping the energetic field around you like invisible hands molding clay. Imagine standing still in a silent forest. You focus your breath, quiet your mind, and suddenly the world responds. The wind changes. Birds pause. The very air seems to thicken, as if something unseen has acknowledged you. That's not coincidence. That's the field noticing you've tuned in. In Hermetic philosophy, this is called mental transmutation, the art of shifting reality by shifting inner frequency. In Taoist practice, it's called Nei Gong, the internal work of cultivating subtle energy. And in more modern language, it's focus, pure, undivided, sustained focus. But here lies the paradox: you've been taught since childhood to give away your attention, to scatter your awareness between apps, ads, opinions, and fears. You've been trained to leak energy, to forget that your focus is a currency, and every click, every worry, every distraction is a transaction. The ancient masters did the opposite. They trained their minds like blades. They directed attention like a laser, to feel the flow of energy in the body, to sense the rhythm of the stars, to bend reality by aligning with its source. One key practice they all shared: stillness. Stillness is not inaction, it's supreme control of body, mind, and breath. In stillness, you begin to perceive the microcurrents of life. You start to notice how emotions shift your field, how thought patterns have texture, how intent magnetizes outcomes. This is the gateway to energy control. And once you learn to feel energy, you begin to realize something terrifyingly powerful. You were never just a body. You were always a transmitter, tuning fork, source. But that's only the beginning. Now, let's delve deeper into the layers beneath the surface. If you've been following closely, you're starting to sense the power in focus, in stillness, in awareness. But what about the higher mysteries? Here's where things get tricky. Energy is not just something you use. It is something you become. When we speak of energy control, we often think of manipulating forces, making things happen, bending the will of the universe to our desires. But this view is limited. True mastery of energy begins when you stop doing and start being. To explain this, let's turn to ancient Taoist wisdom once again. In Taoism, there's a concept called the Wu Wei, the art of non-action or effortless action. At first glance, it seems counterintuitive. How can you control energy if you don't do anything? But here's the secret. The most powerful energy is the one that flows through you effortlessly, like a river carving its path through stone. It is not forced, nor manipulated. It is the energy that becomes you. You merge with it. You are not controlling the universe, you are becoming the universe. This is the deeper level of spiritual power. You stop seeing yourself as separate from the world and start seeing yourself as part of it, as a strand in the cosmic web. The moment you stop fighting against the current carries you effortlessly to where you need to be. And this is when divine assistance steps in. Ancient texts speak of gods, angels, and spirits, beings of higher intelligence who aid those who align themselves with cosmic order. But this isn't a fairy tale. It's a blueprint for reality. When you merge with universal energy, you stop being a passive observer of life. You become a conscious participant in the unfolding of existence. You no longer need to ask for divine help. You are already aligned with it. You become it. In this space, time bends, opportunities appear, and life begins to flow with a kind of synchronicity that feels almost too perfect to be random. This is the true meaning of divine assistance, not something that comes from the outside, but something that arises from the deepest part of your being. But be careful, there are misconceptions here. Some people believe that once they enter this state, everything should happen easily. Wealth, success, relationships. But the reality is more nuanced. Energy mastery doesn't remove obstacles from your path. Instead, it gives you the wisdom to navigate them. It teaches you how to remain grounded in the midst of chaos and find the lesson in every challenge. At this stage, the line between the mundane and the mystical begins to blur. And this is where most people get lost. They try to control everything, and miss the point. The point is not to control the world around you, but to master your response to it. And this mastery, it's the key to unlocking your highest potential. Now that we've explored the deeper philosophies and hidden layers of energy control, it's time to bring this knowledge into the practical realm. How can you apply these teachings in your daily life? How can you start controlling your energy and aligning yourself with the flow of the universe? Let's begin with the most basic practice, mindfulness. Mindfulness is more than just a buzzword. It's the first step in energy mastery. You can start by simply becoming aware of the energy in your environment and in your body. Take a moment every day to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and check in with yourself. Feel the energy within you. What is it telling you? Are you tensed? Relaxed? Are your thoughts scattered or focused? The more aware you become of your energy, the better you'll be at controlling it. The next practice is breathing exercises. Breath is the bridge between your body and your energy field. By mastering your breath, you can influence the flow of energy within you. A simple technique to start with is the Sis Chi Ba breath. Inhale for 6 counts, hold for Chi counts, and exhale for A counts. Do this for 4 minutes every day. As you practice this, notice how your body and mind begin to shift. This is the first step in becoming attuned to the subtle currents of energy within you. Now let's talk about visualization. Visualization is a powerful tool to direct energy. When you visualize, you are essentially programming your mind and body to align with the desired outcome. To practice, close your eyes and imagine a ball of light in the center of your chest. This light represents your energy. Now, visualize this light expanding with each breath until it fills your entire body. Once you've connected with this energy, you can use it to guide your actions. For example, imagine sending this light into a situation in your life where you need clarity or help. See the energy influencing the situation in a positive way, bringing about the solution you need. But energy control doesn't stop there. As you master your personal energy, you must also learn to navigate the energy of the world around you. This is where the concept of energy boundaries comes in. You see, every person and situation around you has its own energy, and not all of it is positive or aligned with your path. It's crucial to learn how to protect your energy and maintain healthy boundaries. One technique is to visualize a bubble of protective light around you. Imagine this light as a shield that keeps out negative or draining energies while allowing positive, supportive energies to flow in. Finally, remember this energy mastery isn't about controlling everything around you. It's about learning to move with the flow, like a leaf floating down a river. When you align yourself with the natural flow of life and energy, things become easier. You will find that doors open, opportunities arise, and the world around you begins to work in harmony with your intentions. But don't be fooled by the simplicity of these practices. The real challenge lies in consistency. Energy control requires dedication and patience. You will face moments of doubt, and there will be setbacks. But the key is to continue practicing, continue being mindful, and continue aligning yourself with the greater flow. Remember, true mastery comes not in the moments of success, but in the moments of struggle. It is in those moments that your energy control is truly tested. Keep going, and over time, you will find that you are not just controlling your energy, you are becoming one with it. As we draw this exploration to a close, we've uncovered layers of wisdom and practical tools that empower you to take control of your energy. From mindfulness to breathing exercises, visualization, and energy boundaries, the practices are simple, yet profound. But the true mastery of energy control requires more than just knowledge. It demands dedication, patience, and a willingness to adapt to the flow of the universe. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to fine-tune your energy, to test your ability to align with the flow of life. And in those moments of struggle, you may find the greatest breakthroughs. Energy is not something you possess. It is something you embody. The more you practice, the more you become one with the very forces that shape the universe. So, I leave you with this thought: what if, just by mastering your own energy, you could change the course of your life? What if the wisdom to unlock your true potential has always been within you, waiting to be activated? The choice is yours. The universe is vast, mysterious, and full of hidden powers. Now the question is, how will you harness them? If this exploration has sparked something within you, I invite you to dive deeper. Leave your thoughts in the comments, share this journey with others, and continue to seek the wisdom that lies just beyond the surface. The path to mastery is not easy, but is one worth walking. Thank you for joining me on this quest. Until next time, keep searching, keep growing, and may your energy be aligned with the flow of the universe.